Compassion fatigue: causes, signs, and ways to cope. Hi, I'm Gabrielle Juliano-Villani. I'm a licensed clinical social worker and I specialize in burnout and chronic stress. And now let's go over compassion fatigue. First, what is compassion fatigue? Compassion fatigue happens when people care too much and they internalize the pain that they're feeling, resulting in less empathy overall. This is really common with nurses, first responders, doctors, social workers, and other people who experience ongoing life-threatening or crisis-like situation and internalize and create their own trauma for themselves. This can become an occupational hazard and is also really common in people who are caring for loved ones who have dementia or other chronic health conditions. Compassion fatigue can take both a physical, emotional, and mental toll on one's well-being. What's the difference between compassion fatigue and burnout? So burnout occurs over time, and compassion fatigue can be felt more quickly. Researchers define compassion fatigue as having two components: burnout and secondary traumatic stress, whereas for burnout, it's defined as feelings of hopelessness and difficulties dealing with work or carrying out one's job effectively. Compassion fatigue can be felt after one single incident of trauma or witnessing the trauma, whereas burnout is gradual and builds over time. Helping professionals and chronic caregivers are the populations who are most at risk for developing compassion fatigue. The nature of their jobs or caregiving, they devote themselves to caring, healing, and protecting the people that they come in contact with. Here's some more specifically defined professions that are at risk for developing compassion fatigue: doctors, nurses or nurses' aides, emergency medical technicians or paramedics, military personnel, mental health professionals, firemen, law enforcement, clergy, hospice workers, lawyers, emergency care staff, people who care for animals like veterinarians or people who work in animal rescue programs, and chronic caregivers. The most common signs of compassion fatigue include ongoing physical, emotional, spiritual exhaustion, depression, irritability, isolation, changes in sleep patterns, reduced empathy, inability to tolerate stress, feeling either overly sensitive or insensitive to things that are happening around you, and feeling detached or distant from your environment or your emotions. Compassion fatigue is a treatable condition. People who experience compassion fatigue have many actions they can take to alleviate the symptoms it creates. The primary goal here is to learn what you need to do to take care of yourself and to help you create a healthy work-life balance. And you can learn to identify the symptoms of compassion fatigue and what you can do to better manage your stress or set better boundaries so that you aren't absorbing all of those other people's emotions and traumatic experiences. Here are some additional actions you should consider to help reduce the severity of symptoms. Recognize that empathy is both a feeling and a skill. Use this skill to manage your emotions when empathizing with others. Your expertise can help others, and this process creates distance for you. Consider individual, group, or family therapy. Engage in activities that recharge you and bring you joy. Eat healthy, exercise, and get enough sleep. Recognize that you have limited control over other people's pain and how much you can change it. Make sure you set realistic goals for yourself and for your caregiving effort. You make small, achievable goals that can help, and also remembering that you are one person and letting go of the things that you cannot change. For example, with caregiving, if you're caring for somebody with dementia, progressive disease, and so we know that we can't cure it and that it will likely get worse and it's not going to get better. Make your environment around you more positive. Play your favorite music. Have your walls painted your favorite color. Have your favorite pictures or your favorite plants around. Encourage things around you that make you feel good. Practice gratitude for the good things that happen to you every single day. This could be something really small or even something really big. The important thing is that you are grateful for it. And the more you practice gratitude, the easier it becomes to do. You'll have more of those feel-good moments and feel-good emotions. Final thought: compassion fatigue can take a huge toll on the person who is experiencing it, and it can touch all different areas of their life. The longer you wait, the bigger of a problem this becomes. So if you are noticing any of these signs or symptoms, or if you work in a high stress field or are a caregiver, take time to implement good self-care routine, exercise, take time to pay attention to the signs that your body and that your environment is giving to you. Because the longer you wait, the worse it gets. The worse it gets, the harder it is to get help and to undo all of the stressors that have have already been done. If you're struggling, make sure to reach out and search for a counselor or a therapist who specializes in trauma or compassion fatigue, who can give you more concrete insight on how to manage these traumatic experiences or the stress of being a caregiver.